Ready? Start. The sessions judges and the chief judicial magistrates must also ensure that these directions are followed in letter and spirit by the subordinate courts. Commitment to human rights and the yearning to ensure that courts are user friendly are assets to a modern judicial personality, and assessment of judicial performance by the superiors must make note of such commitments of a judicial officer. Even though the above directions are issued with specific reference to prosecutions under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, they must be followed in all other cases also where the offence alleged is technically and involves no moral turpitude. Being aggrieved with the order granting a journal exemption to the accused from personal appearance before the trial court, the complainant has filed this appeal on 17th November 2008. While granting leave in this matter, a bench of two learned judges referred the instant case to a larger bench, posing the following question for determination. One of the questions which arises for consideration in this special leave petition is as to whether the High Court, in exercise of its jurisdiction under sections 482 and 483 of the Code of the Criminal Procedure and or under Article 227 of the Constitution of India, could issue guidelines directing all courts taking cognizance of offences under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act inter alia to invoke the discretion under Section 205 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, and not with a further direction that summons under Section 205 shall be issued at the first instance, keeping in view importance of the question involved, as also the various decisions of this court upon which the learned judge of the High Court has placed reliance. In our opinion, we think that this is a matter which should be heard by a larger bench. It is directed accordingly. This is how the present appeal has been placed before this bench. Having heard the learned counsels for the parties, we are convinced that the impugned order is unsustainable. Section 205 of the code, which clothes the magistrate with the discretion to dispense with the personal appearance of the accused, reads as follows: magistrate may dispense with personal attendance of accused. Whenever a magistrate issues a summons, he may, if he sees reason so to do, dispense with the personal attendance of the accused and permit him to appear by this pleader. But the magistrate inquiry into or trying the case may, in his discretion at any stage of the proceedings, direct the personal attendance of the accused, and if necessary enforce such attendance in the manner herein above provided. The section confers a discretion on the court to exempt an accused from personal appearance till such time his appearance is considered by the court to be not necessary during the trial. It is manifest from a plain reading of the provision that while considering an application under Section 205 of the Code, the magistrate has to bear in mind the nature of the case as also the conduct of the person summoned. He shall examine whether any useful purpose would be served by requiring the personal attendance of the accused, or whether the progress of the trial is likely to be hampered on account of his absence. Therefore, the satisfaction whether or not an accused deserves to be exempted from personal attendance has to be of the magistrate, who is the master of the court, insofar as the progress of the trial is concerned, and none else. In Bhaskar Industries Limited Supra, this court had laid down the following guidelines, which are to be borne in mind while dealing with an application seeking dispensation with the personal appearance of an accused in a case under section 138 of the NI Act. It is within the powers of a magistrate and in his judicial discretion to dispense with the personal appearance of an accused either throughout or at any particular stage of such proceedings in a summons case, if the magistrate finds that insistence of his personal presence would itself inflict enormous suffering or tribulations on him, and the comparative advantage would be less. Such discretion need be exercised only in rare instances where, due to the far distance at which the accused resides or carries on business, or on account of any physical or other good reasons, the magistrate feels that dispensing with the personal attendance of the accused would only be in the interest of justice. However, the magistrate who grants such benefit to the accused must take the precautions enumerated above as a matter of course. The court must ensure that the exemption from personal appearance granted to an accused is not abused.